What's up, everybody? Welcome to the GameOverGreggy show. I am one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
Hi.
Hey, we told you not to. The first thing Nick ever taught me about being on video: don't wear a patterned shirt. It's gonna moray.
Don't wear tight patterns. Yeah. So I'm wearing.
Is this a tight pattern? Does this count as a tight pattern?
I don't think I'm moraying. I don't know, Kev. You could tell. Is my shirt look all wobbly? I also don't know. This is a new camera, so I don't know if the rolling shot. Sean Finnegan, who is here, will be able to answer all of our camera needs.
You skipped all the thing.
We'll get to him in a second.
Who else on the show? You're fine. You're the guest. You're allowed to say whatever you want to say.
So the reason I'm wearing the shirt, though, you should know, is that I only have 2 shirts that match these pants, and I've worn the pants 2 days in a row. So this is the other shirt. I'm wearing pants for all those people who are getting the podcast early and can't see this video.
Yeah.
I feel like an adult when I wear pants. We can go into
To be clear,
later.
you're saying not jeans.
Not jeans.
Definitions of pants get around. So just
Khakis.
the fact that you're wearing pants isn't news. People expect you to be wearing
No,
pants.
I'm physically covering my chonies up with a fabric that is not denim.
What part of the body is that?
The chonies are the boxers, the underwear.
Got it.
Is it really? Is that true? That doesn't sound right.
It's a name for. I might have.
Over here, the pride of Long Island, Colin Moriarty.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It is as bright as the fuck. Like I'm on Mercury right now, facing the sun. It is so
it's not
fucking
hot.
It's
bright
not.
here.
We're not.
it's not hot, though.
We're not using the gels. Is that correct? No
not.
gels.
We took the gels off.
The gel out is over.
Last week we had
The scabs are out of
the gels were a waste of money.
The scabs are out of line. The union workers are
Oh,
doing
okay.
it. Get off the picket line.
Last week we had that moment where the gels fell off and we had the heat shield falling off the window moment.
Right.
Where we were all, but it's just permanently like that now. Now it's just like we are careening. It's like the end of Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
Spoilers. When they send the Battlestar into the sun.
Do they all die in the end?
No.
Oh.
But they do that to get rid of,
They find Earth, right?
Exactly.
They find the fabled colony.
When that happens, I assume that this is what it looked like as it was getting towards the star.
They touched the face of God.
Sure.
It probably would have been a little more orange.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't see. It's not. I like it because it kind of reminds me of baseball lights, like when you're at the stadium. Is it because it's a white light? It's not like a hot sunlight. It's a bright white light.
It's just.
Don't look right at him. Why would you ever look right at him? If you just look at the camera right there, you're fine. But if don't look up. I looked right at it, Ray. And then rounding out the group, the man who loves hiking, Sean Finnegan.
Hello.
Sean.
You get a phone call as soon as the show starts.
You want to get it?
I don't want to get it during the show.
Why not? Put her on.
It's Julie.
Oh.
Put her on. Who's Julie? Put her on. Put her
Friend of
on.
mine.
She
You've met her, I think. Julie, hello. I'm in the middle of a show. Can I call you back later?
I didn't think you'd really
You
answer.
gotta put her on speaker.
Oh, wait, hang on
Still
a
there.
second.
Now hold the speaker up to the thing.
Julie, hi, what's up? What's up? How are you doing?
I was just gonna ask how the shoot at Maker was, because as soon as I get home, I'm dying still and was gonna go to sleep.
Oh, okay.
No.
I can't really understand you.
What the hell are you saying, Julie?
You're on speakerphone on the Game Over Greggy show, but I'm gonna call you back later. How's that?
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Let's make sure that wasn't insanely confidential information. That
Nobody
she just
can
shared
make
with
that
us.
out. It's
Yeah, no,
something-
that sounded like total nonsense to
Okay.
me, right?
Yeah,
I'm
that
not
was-
the only
that
one.
was-
I
That
caught
gibberish.
Maker in there.
Yeah, I caught that too.
Well, you and I went to Maker yesterday. We were in
We
LA.
were in LA, yes.
We were shooting some stuff with Robert Kirkman and crew,
Yep.
and then we went and saw Maker.
Which is awesome. I used to work there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Saw some of our old friends,
Yeah.
including Galen.
Yeah, that was
was
fun.
cool. Yeah.
So Sean,
Yeah.
for the kids at home who only know that you like hiking because they're hardcore Game Over Greggy show fans, tell us a little bit. Well, how old are you? What do you do? How'd you get to where you are? What are you doing? What's your synopsis? You're
Short bio.
You chat up.
brief.
Somebody on Tinder chats you up. Oh, you like
Oh,
hiking
geez.
too? Tell me about yourself. What do you say?
I'm 28 years old. I work with these guys for about 3 years now. Previously, I worked at Maker Studios.
Previously on Sean Finnegan.
Yeah. I've basically been working in the internet
Good voice,
video sort of industry for a long time, and before that I was working in Hollywood in film. So I love filmmaking, I love movies, I love TV, and my sort of specialty is cinematography, lighting, and camera work, which is what I do at IGN.
What I always say, if there's ever something on IGN that's beautiful, you shot it.
Thank you. That's
True
so
story.
nice of you to say.
Sean Finnegan actually lit tonight's show.
Yeah, I'm sure you're all watching saying it looks better than ever. The camera finally works, so on and so forth. It's
He
because
spent
cameras.
approximately 5 minutes looking at the camera and then looked over at me and he was like, he just shook his head. He was like, "What did you do to this camera?" And I was like, "I did everything I thought you told me to do." And apparently, it was all opposite and wrong.
You were
so
close.
Everything that you should have done, you didn't do. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he was like, "Well, you were," and he was very nice to me. He was like, "No, you were really close. You were just missing about 15 to 20 settings that would have really made this difference." So I don't know if you're seeing a difference at home, but I can see a difference now in our amazing Samsung confidence monitor brought to you by Samsung.
My apologies for having
brought to you by Cheryl.
No, it's important. I was gonna say, you know, I've filmed many an unboxing at IGN with Sean Finnegan, and he gets it right. You know what I mean? Like when I have a plushy cat, like the one sitting on top of this television, for instance. This is Rolo. I bought that in Japan.
Rolo. That's
from Tales of Exilia 2. In case you're curious, I know you want to know.
It's rare. It's rare that we make a reference that's in the room that there's no way to show B-roll of. There's nothing Kevin can do.
I'll take a picture of it right now, Kevin. For
what?
I could take. The point is, I could take this cat out of the box and just rotate it like this, and somehow it looks like we're on QVC or something.
Oh yeah. Sean, he'll stop there. He'll go back. He'll do it all over again. He'll order people around to make it look good.
He's good at what he does.
It
sure is bright though.
You did.
By the way,
it's going to pay off in the end.
A lot of tweets have come my way about what's on the other side of this line. What do we see when we do this show?
It's magic.
I never want to show them.
We're never allowed to see it.
I can't show. We're going to have to get a close up on the cat.
It's a room
then.
that extends for miles.
Oh, this room's huge. What's funny is we just choose to film in this 2 square foot corner over here, but the room goes on for like 50 feet.
It's by design.
Well, I mean, like we're in obviously we live in a castle. And this is one of the dungeons.
Aren't you impressed by our stone walls?
You have the stone walls here.
Granite or whatever
stone
they use to
whatever
create
stone
castles.
is.
The finest
slate.
It's from the finest quarry.
Yeah, it's Italian actually.
I was watching. By the way, I was just watching the Castlevania. Well, it was the castle. Like I want to build a castle conversation with Colin, and I was talking about how I wanted to replicate Castlevania. And I was talking about the finest stone quarries. What the hell was I talking about in that episode? It was a weird. Yeah.
Here's the thing about quarries. Episode. I feel like quarries.
Quarries or quarries?
Quarries. Where are you getting the rocks? The rock quarry.
So like not like quarry and Topanga.
No. Like the quarry with a Q. I'm saying the Q. I'm pronouncing the Q now. Okay. Quarries.
Sean, bring your mic around a little bit so everyone can see your beautiful face. Just bring it toward Colin. There you go.
Now the thing about the quarry is, I feel like they exist in real life. You see them.
Absolutely, they absolutely exist in real life. Yes.
I've shot guns there. I've been there with the police while they shot guns there. But I feel like quarries are really the star in young adult fiction. It seems like somebody's always drowning in the quarry. Something bad's always happening in the quarry. Yeah. Back me up here. Some short stories you read about the quarries?
The only rock quarry I can think of reference right now from like something you're talking about is Garden State. They go shout at the quarry. Mm-hmm. This is just something the young people do in movies and TV show, I think.
Well, you got a lot of angst.
Yeah.
You got to have some place to shout where no one can hear you, but then maybe someone can hear you. And then they're like, I've always been in love with that Sean Finnegan. And then you're like, oh, he's yelling.
Let's
go shout in the quarry with him. And then you guys bond, and then it's like, what up?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, the Game Over Greggy show is simple. Each week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather around this table, each bringing a random topic of discussion for your amusement. If you like that, there are a number of ways to get it. God damn it, Colin.
Sorry.
Just settle down.
Why is there a Sharpie on the table?
Because we didn't clean the table off. We got locked up and what the gel should be and everything else. There's a number of ways to get the show. Each and every Friday, you can go to kindafunny.com and you can get it either on Patreon. Go there, you support us, so you can get the video or the MP3. You can go to Bandcamp, buy the MP3 all by itself, or you can go to Vimeo, buy the video all by itself. A number of ways to get it.
So many ways. It's
now,
so easy.
If you don't think we're worth any of the money, don't worry, we don't either. That's why you go to youtube.com/kindafunny starting the Monday after, and the show goes up topic by topic for your amusement. Sean.
Yes.
Historically, guests get to go first. But today, on Twitter, on the way home, somebody tweeted an image. It's got to be my topic of the week. We need to talk about it. It's breaking news. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, man, this is a tough one.
This is a very tough one. It's a question I had never thought of. And the image popped up on the thing. It was from the Independence with Kennedy, of course. We know her well, the VJ. Not personally. We'd love to have you on the show, Kennedy. Come on the show sometime. Everyone tweet at Kennedy. Tell her to come on.
Tweet at John F. Kennedy.
Nope.
And
nope.
Have him come on
Don't
the show,
do any of these things.
Which is weird. I did not know he was a
president.
Just stop, please. Okay. There's no Tim for you to verbally spar with this week.
I don't like it. I don't like I like Sean a lot, but it's going to be much more of an intelligent conversation.
Yes.
I can
so back to the question about the hot dog. Yeah. They had the image up there, and it was being mocked that on the internet. 5 people are discussing this, yada yada. And then I thought more about it after the initial Fox News and the Independents talking about hot dogs being sandwiches. Are they? Aren't they? That's stupid. Then I was like, wait a second. Are hot dog sandwiches?
So let's break this down before we start.
Well, I'm gonna pull the old Colin Moriarty. Ready my computer.
All right. So
are you gonna look up what's the definition?
I have it all ready to go.
Yeah,
I think I have an idea.
Can we talk?
I'd like to talk to each other right now. Talk through some of it.
I already know the answer.
What's happening in your gut before we get down here to brass tacks?
So this is what I think. I feel like the defining characteristic of a sandwich is that it can have multiple sort of ingredients in it, and they're all sort of their own ingredient on their own. Whereas a hot dog, while it may have other things in there besides the hot dog, it's all condiments, right? Like in a turkey and ham sandwich, you have both turkey and ham, but you can have ham and turkey on their own, and it is still a type of food or a type of meat. And you can kind of mix them up, and that's what makes a sandwich. You can have all kinds of things in it.
Sure.
But in a hot dog, there's only ever the hot dog. You don't have another type of meat in there. You have relish and sort of...
You got bacon in it.
I was going to say, what about a bacon-wrapped hot dog?
What about a Frankfurter?
But those aren't really like... That's not a sandwich either. That supports my argument.
I'm just saying that there's meat inside of this other than a condiment is what I'm saying there.
That's true.
I'd like to.
I don't know.
For the sake of discussion, can we look up the definition of sandwich?
No, that is ready to go. I wanted to have a conversation before we come in here.
I already know the answer to the question.
Ooh.
It's obvious. The hot dog is a sandwich. Now, think about it this way, right? You were saying like the ham and the turkey and all these things.
But here's where it breaks down. What happens when you put the hot dog, like remember when you were kids and you just wanted a hot dog, but you didn't do the bun to hot dog ratio correctly when you bought them?
So you had the hot dog that was too small or too big. Yeah.
No, you only had one hot dog left.
Oh,
no
I see.
buns.
Okay.
Then that's when you made the hot dog sandwich. So you can't put a sandwich inside of a sandwich.
No, but you're looking at it all wrong. You're looking at it all wrong. It's a sandwich inception, but you're looking at it from the wrong point of view. What is the difference between a hot dog and a sub when it comes down to it? Think about it. You have a piece of bread that you sliced open, but it's still one piece of bread.
Right.
So it's like folded over. You put meat in it and whatever you want.
Sort of processed meat.
Exactly. And then you fold it over and you eat it. Now, would you contest that a hero, or as we call them in New York, or a sub or a hoagie is not a sandwich? Of course you wouldn't.
You're not mispronouncing gyro, right? You're saying hero.
Hero, no, exactly. In New York, we call those gyros in New York.
Because this is, by the way, a slippery slope. If you go hot dog's a sandwich, what happens to what's a gyro?
I would consider that a type of sandwich as well because it's a pocket.
I mean, my whole world is turning upside down right now.
Just think about it, because at the very least we can admit that the submarine sandwich and the hot dog are essentially the same thing. It's a piece of meat, right? Mm-hmm. And just other shit packed into a piece of bread that you then fold over and you eat it. Just like with the ham, you put ham, cheese, and onions and mayonnaise and whatever, and you fold it over and you eat that. It's the same thing. A hot dog is definitively a sandwich. We might not call it a sandwich, but by its definition, it is indeed a sandwich.
Because you are basically taking something and sandwiching it in between
precisely
two pieces of bread. Now the bread is connected, so it is one piece of bread, but you're folding it over, just like when you were a kid and you only had one piece of bread.
But so is a submarine. If you make a sub right, it's also one piece of bread.
So is the argument that the definition at its core is that if anything is in between two pieces of bread, or one piece of bread that's folded over, it's a sandwich?
Sure.
I guess that makes sense, right? You can have a grilled cheese sandwich. It's just cheese. You don't need meat.
So does a hamburger become a sandwich if the bread isn't cut?
See, we're going too far.
It is a sandwich.
This is part of the debate.
Far.
A hamburger is a sandwich.
You're ruining my childhood.
It is a sandwich.
Yeah.
We just don't we don't have to call everything implicitly a sandwich when we order it. But if we have to fucking categorize it, well, a spade's a spade and a sandwich is a sandwich.
See, that's the problem, is that I think the definition of sandwich implies right now, if you're like, I want a sandwich, it can be anything. Mm-hmm. You put anything in there. I don't think people ever think hot dog. If I want a hot dog, you know what you're getting. You're getting a hot dog. I love Portillo's hot dogs. I know what I'm getting when I go there, right? I don't say I'm in the mood for a sandwich, end up with a hot dog. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying, this definition-wise here. I'm just saying I think the popular opinion definition is what's screwing it up.
Maybe it's just a subdividing categorical thing where it's like all like hamburgers, subs, and hot dogs, they're all sandwiches, but not every sandwich is a hot dog or a hamburger, right? It's
so you're saying
a hierarchical.
You're saying the sandwich is the what's the scientific term when it's like the wolf's dogs? They're all part of the same genome.
No,
genus.
It's a
species.
genus. Yeah.
Genus. So the sandwich is the species, and then the breakdowns in underneath it can go all the way into a wide range of different things.
That's a fucking deep cut.
Dictionary.com
That's a biological deep cut.
describes sandwich as
love the branding
a
on that
noun.
channel,
They have some ruffles on there. 1, 2 or more slices of bread or the like with a layer of meat, fish, cheese,
Yeah,
etc.
like. What the hell does that
between
a bread
pair.
substitute?
Or the like?
Yeah, something in
That's
there.
too not specific for a
Nutella.
dictionary.
That's saying you can put Nutella between bread.
No,
and there.
that's not how I read that.
You can, though.
It says, that's not how I read it.
All right, let me hear it.
2 or more slices of bread or the like.
Yeah, so the substitute
It's not
could be
talking
for the
about
bread. What would you put in a sandwich besides bread?
Oh, now we're on to, is a burrito a sandwich?
That was where I was going. It's like, what's the difference between a
no.
burrito and a gyro? They're both wrapped.
I can't deal with this.
Dictionary.com defines a hot dog as one,
world.
a frankfurter, two, a sandwich consisting of a frankfurter in a split roll, usually eaten with mustard, sauerkraut, or relish. Mustard, buddy, right there in black and white.
That abomination.
Now, of course, it wouldn't be the Game Over Greggy show without you, so I went on the Kinda Funny Vids Twitter, tweeted out, I want to know what's happening. Christopher Williams tweets, who the hell thinks a hot dog is a sandwich?
I do, Christopher Williams.
Alex wants...
Your boy Colin.
Alex Harbosh, nope. Sure, it's meat between two buns, but a hot dog has deserved its own title and definition since cavemen.
Oh, the cavemen were rocking.
They were all over there,
no doubt about it.
It's the first thing they made. They discovered fire and then immediately processed 5 different animals into one thing.
Trevor Lacochea says, no, it's an experience.
It is an experience, but so could other sandwiches be an experience.
A Reuben is an experience. Sure. First time I had a Reuben, it blew my mind.
Yeah. And no one could test the Reuben's status as a sandwich.
And it has sauerkraut in it, just like the hot dog.
So then the question becomes where does this madness end? Is a burrito a sandwich?
I think I'm going to go back to the whole hierarchical thing and say yes, but not like all burritos are sandwiches, but not all sandwiches are burritos type thing.
Okay, so that's just logic right there.
Well, if we, they all
true.
fit into the sort of grander, sort of more generic term for things that you put inside other things.
I'm gonna throw this out at you.
Here it comes.
You ever been to Costco?
Yes.
You know how they have the chicken bacon thing? I can't remember what it's called. It's a chicken bacon with like a wrap, but it's made out of. Kevin, do you know what I'm talking about? The chicken bake. Is that a sandwich?
The chicken bake? What is it?
It's a chicken bake. They basically take chicken, bacon, cheese, roll it up into dough, and then bake it.
Oh my god!
Well, here's the is any side of it open ended?
No.
Is a calzone a sandwich?
Then it's a calzone, yeah.
But is a calzone a sandwich?
Oh dear.
Because then we just got meat in the middle. It's sandwiched in between. It doesn't matter if they're closed. There's nothing in the definition says.
Didn't it say
you can't
2
be
or
able
more?
to access
2
meat
or
until
more
you
slices of bread,
or the like,
with a layer of,
or the like.
We need a petition to get this more specific. There's not enough specific in this. Specificity.
There's conflict in the definitions though, because they say 2 or more pieces of bread or the like, but then on another site they say the hot dog is the sandwich. And a hot dog can't be a sandwich because it's only one piece of bread, which is the definition of why I think the submarine sandwich and the hot dog are close cousins. It's like the Neanderthal and it's like the Neanderthal man and the Cro-Magnon man.
Yeah,
they were similar species. Obviously, we're descended from Cro-Magnon.
Yeah,
but they're very similar. The sub and the hot dog came from the same place.
They're cut from the same.
The Fertile Crescent of sandwiches.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they split, and you have a calzone over here. You got a burrito over there.
They all share.
You know what's funny is
ancestor.
I bet they actually do come from close territories. If you look at the actual hoagie and the hot dog, because someone was like this: "Hey, you know how you've been taking that piece of bread and cutting it in half and stuffing some meat in there? We're in Germany now. Let's just take this hot dog or this frankfurter and stuff it in that same thing, and boom, we got a whole new thing." And then the other person's like, "No, it's not a new thing. It's an iteration of the thing that came before it."
At the genetic level, you're right. I mean, I'm not sure. It's like the difference between humans and apes. Mm-hmm. Only a little bit of the genome's different.
Orangutans.
Orangutans, like Cheetos.
What up, Cheetos?
Cheetos!
I don't know, Greg. I gotta kind of definitively. I mean, the thing is that I'm not comfortable calling a burrito a sandwich. When you get the tortilla involved, it's a different thing. It's there. It's associated with the sandwich, but it's like a different species.
I guess
every definition of sandwich we're on Wikipedia here, and it comes down to slices of bread. That seems to be
or the like.
The definitive. Yeah, but like you're not like. I think you'd have a better chance for me making the case that a quesadilla is a sandwich than a burrito.
Yes.
A burrito is one tortilla wrapped up, and it's this thing.
Well, see, I think you said the magical word there, wrap. That's its own species of things, right? Then when you're wrapping things, the whole spring rolls are a wrap, right? That's not a sandwich. It's tubular.
The Wikipedia entry for calzone makes no mention of sandwich and is filed under part of a series on pizza. So I think that knocks that one out.
The whole or the like thing really makes it very ambiguous because it could be interpreted as like maybe it doesn't have to be bread because it's bread or the like. But they say also 2 or more, so that the or the like could also hint at maybe it's one piece of bread as long as it's folded in such a way where it could be 2, similar to a sub.
But isn't that a calzone? Don't you just pinch the edges and boom, you got a
But calzones aren't open on any side. It's like no matter which way, until you bite into it, it's one piece of bread, right?
That's the chicken bacon.
Calzones are so good.
I want a calzone right now.
Who was it? Was it
Big
you
Stein
who was
wants
telling
a
me the other day
calzone?
that they've never eaten a Hot Pocket before?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
Me and Robert Kirkman have never eaten a Hot
How
Pocket.
did you get through college?
Easy Mac.
Oh,
But
Easy Mac's good.
here's the
Mac
thing
was
I
good.
proposed to Robert Kirkman. Spoiler alert for part of the video I don't think you'll ever see because I don't think we talked
Yeah,
about
I
it in
don't
the
think it
video.
makes the cut. Yeah.
Is I've never had a Hot Pocket. So I don't, but I feel like I can make jokes and comment on Hot Pockets because I've had Tostino pizza rolls, which are mini Hot Pockets.
Not the same.
That's
though.
a stretch.
They are though because
That's a
you're gonna get
stretch.
cold spots in both.
I'm
That's
sure
a
they
stretch.
taste the same.
No, first of all,
It all tastes
I used
the
to
same.
love the meatball and mozzarella Hot Pocket when I was in high school. I used to go through those like it was insane. I'd go through like 6 or 7 boxes of those a week. And I used to make Lipton butter noodles before I'd go to hockey games. I'd just eat an entire package of them and carb up. It was probably like 3,000 calories.
3,000
carbs.
But horror story about Hot Pockets, just as an aside.
Sure.
I've never eaten one since. I was a senior in high school. I used to make Hot Pockets. You put them in the little thing so they get hot, like the little metallic thing.
Hot Pocket.
And then I would always cut them in half because they were so atomic in the fucking middle.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't possibly eat them without cooling them off.
Like a Tostino's pizza.
But one time it was moldy.
Oh, you cut it open, it was moldy?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
They're frozen.
I don't know.
That's gross.
But and that was the last time I had a Hot Pocket.
Yeah.
My horror story is we used to throw wild parties at my parents' house and we'd go away.
With Hot Pockets.
And the only thing, yeah, of course, we would be hungry at night. We'd eat like 4 or 5 Hot Pockets. My friend was intoxicated, so much so to the point where I woke up in the middle of the night. He was sleeping over because we were responsible about anything we wanted to do. And I looked over and he was just laying in a pool of half vomit, half Hot Pocket. And I to this day, that sight was so disgusting. I had to the blankets that he was sleeping in, I had to wash like 5 times. So every time I take them out, there was more Hot Pocket still. I have not been able to stomach a Hot Pocket since. I can't even look at them.
Hot Pocket horror stories could be a whole.
And it wasn't even
series.
like the good Hot Pocket, like you're talking about the meatball or the pepperoni
was
Hot
it a lean
Pockets.
pocket?
It was like a beef Hot Pocket or something
Oh,
weird like that.
damn.
Oh god, it was terrible.
Lean Pockets were good. Lean Pockets were good because they had a softer crust.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is that where that's where they cut the
I don't
corners?
know. I just my dad used to buy them sometimes because I don't think my dad actually looks at anything when he
Yeah.
buys it.
Colin likes this crap. I'm gonna go get some kale.
My dad's like pretty much a straight like vegetarian, so he has like all this weird shit in the house all the time. And by the way, I went home. I think I told the story, but I went home like a few months ago rather, and I got like McDonald's or something when I was home, and I like went to get ketchup out of the fridge, and the ketchup went bad in 2008. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? 'Cause he's like, I don't eat ketchup. That's probably from like when you were in college. And I'm like, good,
It's just
Dad.
been
Time to
sitting
throw it
there?
away. And it was,
Yeah.
to be perfectly honest with you, to his credit, it was total. I didn't eat it, but I tasted it a little bit. It was totally fine.
Oh yeah.
Well, you think
It went bad 6 years ago, but it was totally fine.
My mom does that sometimes because she tends to freeze things or put things in the refrigerator and thinks that is just enough
That'll stop it.
to preserve them forever. So I went over to her house. We make pizza every time I go. Which when you guys ever come down to Riverside, we gotta throw pizzas. It's the bomb. And I was like, wow, you have any black olives for this pizza? Because I love pepperoni pizza with black olives. It's one of the best. She's like, yeah, I have a whole tub of them out in the outside because she has this 2. In Southern California, everyone's got a garage, so they have 2 refrigerators because God knows they need more.
Is it the 2 refrigerators or was it the
No,
horizontal freezer that I love so
my
much?
Uncle Danny had that back in the day where you could like
Get
hide
some-
a dead body in it.
Exactly,
If you had
some venison in there, and
They
then
would
just
just, like,
a bunch of goddamn popsicles.
5 pounds of ice just baked onto the side of it.
Yeah.
Those are gross.
So I go out to get the tub, and I'm like, I start putting them on there, and I'm like, they don't smell right. And my mom, if there's anything about her that I love, she likes to pinch pennies. She does not like to waste, and she likes to get every ounce of everything out of it. Like she'll scrape with a spatula peanut butter jars and put them into smaller jars so she can get every little ounce out of it. She goes, they're fine. I'm like, when did you open these up? She's like, well, we buy a big vat of them. They just stay in there. And I'm like, Mom, but
For
olives
years.
like go bad fast. These are not things that have tremendous amounts of salt or preservatives. It's not a cured meat. And she's like, no, it's fine. And I was like, fine, I'll put it on, but I'm not eating this pizza. And we got in an argument about it. I put it on. I think my brother ate the pizza and he had like the worst stomach ache
Yeah.
later. But I was like, I won. But then
I won.
my brother lost.
Did you look at the date? Was there a date?
No, because she takes them out of the thing and puts them into Tupperware.
So you don't know.
So you don't know.
Yeah, that's smart. She's smart.
And she likes to reuse Ziploc bags. She's the only woman on the planet that I know reuses. She washes out Ziploc bags and then turns them inside out and puts them on the dish dryer.
That's a Jerry Moriarty, and my girlfriend does that.
It's well known that Colin, we love him. he likes to pinch the penny too. Not as hard as his father, sure.
I don't wash the bags.
I know, but literally I came home and I thought we had turned the corner and Colin had finally gone to crazy town because I came in, I turned on the kitchen light and there's all these Ziploc bags over, and it was like a day later I saw you and I was just like, man, that is some next level cheap shit. And you're like, actually, Cheryl. I was like, oh, so I don't feel comfortable making fun of Cheryl, but
no, well, you can. She's fine with that, but. The funny thing about my dad with that is that his whole line, we always made fun of him like our whole lives because we always had like outdated random shit because he literally, I mean, he cares, but he literally doesn't care in the sense that he doesn't have to eat it. So like he's like, I got vegetables and they do go bad, and so I'm just going to eat my vegetables, my yogurt, and my whatever the fuck I eat, my granola. But his whole line is always like, it's fine. It's fine. That's like always, and like that, we've been making fun of that for years, and he's been dating this woman for like years now, and she just like tears into him, like makes fun of him for that shit. And it's finally good to have like an ally that like my dad will listen to, where he'll actually throw away the mayonnaise that he bought, before 9/11.
Yeah. It's got like the Michael Keaton Batman tie-in on it.
Yeah, it's like so old that it's like in a glass jar. You know what I mean? Like, he's a funny dude.
My mom's probably got some of those too. They should get together and hang out.
Have a glass jar mayonnaise party.
My mom's she will not throw things away if it's food. Anything else she'll throw away, but if it's food, we gotta keep it. It's like some Depression era shit.
Yeah, it's weird that like folks buy so like our parents buy so much too. Like my dad's like, oh, it was on sale. I'm like, yeah, but you're just throwing it out.
Oh no, my mom.
I'm gonna be here once a year.
Right.
I told you about that conversation I had with my mom. I was like, you got to stop buying junk food. I'm too chubby as a kid. I was a kid. I was super chubby. I was very, very fat.
Then the shadow boxing clicked in.
That's what
T-shirts available districtlines.com/kindafunny.
A shadow boxer. It found me actually. I didn't find it.
That's how it is. Yeah.
You don't find it. It finds you.
I thought it was always with you.
It is. That's the key. You have to unlock it.
I was gonna say the thing is that shadowboxing is inside all of us, but it's kind of like if you of course remember the whole Egypt story when the plagues.
Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia. No, you had to put the blood above your door to stop the
mosquitoes
to the
plague.
Parallax from the Green Lantern movie. He would come in and kill the firstborn.
Yeah. We're off the deep end on this one.
Yeah.
It's also like The Village.
Why can't I think of what the fuck was coming to kill everyone in this Old Testament story that I had to hear year after year?
Isn't it the scarab things?
No, it was.
I don't think it's I think it's just.
That was like a plague.
Wasn't it God?
Wasn't
there like a bunch of things that happened to them?
Well, the firstborns was the thing that was avoided, right? I know.
Well, no, that was the whole thing. Is that I can't fucking believe. I know, right? I can't believe that I'm blanking on this story that I literally had to hear every year.
So I need to look it up.
Yeah. But I'm gonna piece it together.
It was 3 things, right?
The Pharaoh had said he was going to.
Yeah, the Pharaoh was going to kill all the firstborns. That's one thing.
And so, but then to stop it, the Jews knew that they had to go put lamb's blood over the door to protect and then the
protect them from something.
Oh, was it tell them that they
don't come in here? Yeah, don't come in here.
Yeah, that sounds
stay out of here.
That
God
sounds right. That sounds.
Was
right.
it God that did this though?
I can't remember. I know the story. I went to Catholic.
Well, God sent down. Oh, that's it.
We
that's
all
it.
went to
Hold
Catholic.
On, we're there. We're there.
No, not. Oh no, Nick didn't. You didn't.
So this is the story of Moses. And God was raining plagues on Egypt.
Yes.
To make the Pharaoh let the people go.
Yes.
And so that's what it was. Lamb's blood above the door protected all of the Jewish folk.
Oh, and from the Egyptians who he was going to strike down.
Right.
Okay.
And then
so it was God who did it.
Yeah, but I still just picture a black cloud coming in and killing everything. But you'd think God would be smarter than that. God could send out a smart plague.
Well, he also just decided to flood the earth at one point and was like, "Oh,
that worked out in our benefit, though. Look at us now."
Yeah, now we have boats.
Well,
we probably had boats before that, though. You would assume.
No one knows.
Otherwise, how would he know how to build it?
I was looking it up, and now I'm just checking.
I was gonna say now you're searching Sean Finnegan on
Twitter. In the movie, there's
we nailed it. We don't have to worry about it.
Also, this was adapted in The Village when the big red monster guys would come, right? And they like.
I remember that. Is that what their shtick was? I forget.
There's something about them going into not going into certain places because they were marked or something, right? I don't know.
Sure, I don't remember.
I love that movie. I don't even remember it.
I don't remember it. I do remember that I came out of it thinking the soundtrack was really good.
It's another movie I saw late, and I was like, "Yeah, this is fun. Why everybody hate this?"
It's one of my movies where I was like, "I like that M. Night Shyamalan."
It's where
I was big on the M. Night train for man.
Well, his first 3 films were unequivocally good, like just straight up good.
Sixth Sense.
Yeah, Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, and then Signs.
Yeah, those were awesome.
Yeah,
Unbreakable doesn't get the credit.
Signs gets a lot of hate, but I
like
Signs.
Yeah,
like I think.
Awesome.
on a philosophical level and maybe on a story level it doesn't quite work, but the tone and the mood of it is just so sinister and kind of like foreboding.
Well, I remember, if you remember, that was this is the kind of shit that they would never let fly anymore, of course, for like trailers and whatnot. But I remember going to see that on opening night and thinking the entire thing was going to be about crop circles because that's all they had shown. I thought there was going to be signs in the signs that aliens had come or whatever. And then spoilers if you haven't seen signs yet. Like, I'll never forget when Joaquin Phoenix is watching the shaky cam front. He's like, "Vamonos, children, vamonos!" And then the alien comes out, and it's like, "Holy shit!" This movie is on another level.
That's a terrifying moment.
Yeah.
Also, when they first spot it's a dark night, and they look out the window across the way to like their neighbor's house, and they see like a shadowy figure on the roof. And then all of a sudden, it's fucking gone.
Yeah.
Like that moment is just very sends shivers down my spine, man. It's good.
So hot dogs are sandwiches.
Correct.
Unfortunately,
I don't. It's one of those I don't feel in my heart, but my brain knows it to be true.
I'm never going to admit it. I'm never going to call
a
hot dog a sandwich from this point on ever again. I'm never.
I feel like it opens up a lot of fun times though to be had, where you're just like, girlfriend's like, "What do you want for dinner?" You're like, "Sandwiches," and you come home and it's just cold cuts. And you're like, "Where's the fucking hot dogs?" And then you go to Portillo's.
You could shave if you had a machine. You could shave the hot dog in the cold cuts. No one would know.
Yeah. You ever do that where you cut up the hot dog and put it in mac and cheese? Something like that?
Yeah, I've cut up a hot dog in my day.
Yeah. We have a story too. Portillo's. I did a meet and greet there when I was home this past weekend.
Can't you just have a dinner, Greg?
Can't I just have a dinner? So I'll have you know that I got there. Everyone's asking me about Linda. Every fan in this audience is asking me about Linda.
I forgot about that.
They opened up this. I'd called ahead to this Portillo's and tried to rent. They have a party room up front that you can rent for like $100. And I got through the phone tree, and then they're like, "Oh, we don't rent it on the weekends. We don't, you're never not sure how busy it's going to be, so you can't rent it. You could maybe get it if it's open." I'm like, "All right." I went there. As soon as I got there, 250 kids were there. It was awesome. It's crazy. And they were like, "All right, we're opening the room for you." And they just gave it to me for free and put me in there. But the lady who did it was like, "All right, there you go, Greg," because other people had explained to her who I was. And I'm like, "Thank you." And I'm like, "Wait, are you Linda?" And she's like, "No, everyone keeps asking that. Linda doesn't work here." It turns out that I've been calling the Portillo's in Bloomingdale and not on Bloomingdale Road. So we're calling and bugging a woman named Linda who isn't even working at the Portillo's. That's my home base.
That's the worst.
So I dropped the ball on that
one.
She lost
her job probably because
they were trying to fire Linda at Glendale Heights, I imagine. It's like, there's no Linda here. I don't know who's answering our phone under this pseudonym.
Number 7, you're now in heaven.
There you go. That was a real one.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
Yeah,
you love Portillo's.
I do. I was so morbid when we went to VidCon.
Oh, God.
I had like so much food. It was like not even... It's just so good. Oh, my God. Portillo's is good. It's up there with Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And Five Guys.
I put it up there above Chick-fil-A.
Get the
it's
fuck
good.
out of here. Get that.
I agree with that, but I grew up on it. I'm biased.